Hello guys, and welcome back to Becoming a Polyglot. I've been wanting to film this video for quite a while to give you some updates on how my life is going in general and of course my language progress, because at the start of this year I made a video, which you can find here or there, about my language goals for 2021, and I wanted to share with you how that is going, whether I've achieved my goals that I've made at the beginning of this year, and what I will be doing for 2022. First of all, as you can see, I'm in a new setting, and that's because I moved to Utrecht, which is a beautiful city in the middle of Holland. And I absolutely adore living here, decorating this amazing room. The colors were already there, but I absolutely love them. Me and my roommate, who's also my best friend, went out for a cup of coffee along the canals. I even bought some flowers, which was not planned, but so amazing to do. These vibes are just, yeah, I've been missing those whilst living in a village, so very nice. I'm really happy here. If you're hearing some background noises, I'm sorry, those are my upstairs neighbors. Let's just hope we don't hear them too much throughout this video. Nevertheless, you will be hearing and seeing more from me in this city, the city of Utrecht. And I'm looking forward to share it with you all on either on YouTube or on Instagram. But in regards to my languages, I was taking a look at my video that I made at the start of this year. And I started with the French language. Tu sais que mon français ce n'est pas très bien, mais j'adore cette langue. I mentioned that I was going to partake in a minor in 2022 in Lille, and sadly that did not go as planned because I had to have a B1 or no B2 certificate in order for me to partake in the minor. And as you all know, I'm studying English, not French. I was nowhere able to get a degree for B2 French in such a short time. So therefore I sadly wasn't able to go to Lille. Mais c'est la vie, that's life. So we just have to find something else, which I have, so I will tell you about that soon. In regards to French, I initially wanted to go from A2 to B1, and I noticed that I struggled with the progress of A2 to B1 because sometimes you just want to start over, fresh, a new beginning, and then I noticed, okay, if I start over, French is really easy, and then I get demotivated along the way because it's easy. But if I go one level higher because you want to learn and we're going further, then it's often way too difficult. So I'm just stuck in between those places where I didn't really know what to do anymore. As you see throughout my YouTube channel, I've only made one video in French, and initially I thought this is going to be my main focus, which it hasn't. Nevertheless, it doesn't mean that I don't like the French language, because I've been fortunate enough to visit France twice this year. I went to Paris with my parents, which was really nice, and for my birthday last October I went to Lille, along as Bruges in Belgium as well, which was really nice, and I got to practice my French again and be in a French environment, go to the supermarkets. Absolutely adore France, the country, the language, the culture, everything. What I did for now is, instead of start at the beginning with learning a new language, is just go on from the level that I'm at right now, which is A2. So when I was at the Carrefour in France, in Lille, I saw this amazing book on an A2 level of French. So I'm just going to work through this book, and then I hope that I'll be able to actually finally start with the B1 level. The second language on my list was Spanish. A lovely language. As I mentioned, the minor in French wasn't going to happen, but Spanish, I've been fortunate enough to be able to enroll in the Spanish language and culture classes for my minor here in Utrecht, which is really nice. So I'll be starting this February 2022. For half a year I'll be learning about the Spanish language, culture, literature, everything. And it even includes a trip abroad. So I'll be going to Valencia for a couple of weeks with one of my very good friends. We'll be going together, we'll be staying there and writing our report there. So if you have any tips for Valencia or the surroundings, let me know or let us know. Would love to hear that. I've never been to Spain, so this is going to be really great. What I did over the past year is I had some Spanish classes. I didn't really think that I would partake in Spanish classes, but somehow I ended up with a great friendship, so I was really pleased with that. I wouldn't say that I'm now a level higher in the Spanish language, but I can say that I'm now more familiarized with the level that I'm at right now, which is A2. So I'm just really looking forward to my minor and improving myself whilst actually being in in the Spanish environment, but also in the classroom environment with a Spanish teacher and students who are alike. My Spanish workbook and textbook came in, so I'll be using these. It's going to be interesting, but you will definitely be seeing my Spanish journey whilst I'm doing my minor here in Utrecht. So this is going to be a really exciting journey. And therefore I put Spanish on hold for 2021 because in 2 months I will be diving into this language and I'm really looking forward to it. The third language that I wanted to learn was Mandarin Chinese, and at the start of this year I didn't know any Mandarin Chinese. It was such a new language to me. It was an incredibly difficult journey, but also very, very interesting. And I came to find out I absolutely loved learning this language because it's so different from what I used to. And you can see my excitement throughout my YouTube channel and my Instagram because I've posted a lot about Mandarin Chinese. I wanted to partake in the HSK1 exam. So I signed up and I actually did the exam, which I passed with a perfect score. If I'm looking at my very first Chinese video, it was so cute and simple, and I love seeing that progress, and that is exactly why I started filming this entire journey. I was having so much difficulty with the pronunciation because it was so different, so incredibly different. Back then my throat hurt whilst trying to speak in Mandarin Chinese. But by passing the HSK1 exam, I got so excited, like wow, I love this language. I even made a lot of new friends because of it. I want to go on. This can't just be it. My goal was to pass HSK1 and I actually passed the HSK2 exam as well. I did the HSK1 exam, let's see, the 19th of June. And on the 11th of September, I already did the second exam. And some people take about a year or at least half a year to study for this exam, and I did it in 3 months. If I could do it again, I wouldn't do it again. I was just so hyped up about the language and about the fact that I passed the first exam that I thought, well, the HSK2 exam, let's do it. And it's a doable exam because you still see the pinyin and everything is fine, but that was really difficult. I got 165 points out of the 200, so I passed not with the score that I would have wanted to, but it was also a really difficult exam. I honestly want to retake it, but then I think, why would I do that? I mean, I passed. I do want to partake in the HSK3 exam. However, the HSK3 exam doesn't have pinyin anymore, and I've noticed that I really need the pinyin. So that does mean I have to study Mandarin Chinese really hard in order for me to partake in the HSK3 exam. This will be on my list for 2022. However, I first want to apply for the HSKK1 exam, which is a speaking exam. You have the HSK, which is writing, listening and reading, and then you have the HSKK, which is only speaking. As I passed HSK1 and 2, I thought, well, I could now partake in HSKK1 because I know all this, or at least I recognize all this vocab. So once the exam dates will be published, I will be applying for the HSKK1. So that means that I have to revise the vocabulary, etc., and start to practice my speaking skills. Mandarin Chinese really was a big success this past year. I've also had a language fail, which was Czech. I wanted to learn the Czech language and I've made an entire video about it, which has been my most viewed video. So you definitely want me to learn Czech. And I enjoyed diving into the language and getting to know the country in general. However, my interest faded away. I'm going to be real with you guys, I haven't studied Czech. Many of you asked me whether I could do another Czech video or anything else, but I don't, and I probably will not. And here's why. I wanted to travel to the Czech Republic, but because of COVID a lot has happened, and I can't blame it all on COVID, it's also just me. But somehow the Czech language just wasn't it for me anymore. I don't know why, I can't really explain it, but I didn't have that feeling. And so I stopped learning. It's also because I couldn't find any material online and that would be shipped to Holland or either in Holland, regarding like textbooks or workbooks. I couldn't find those, and resources online weren't great as well, which I know is not an excuse, but still, it just didn't get me motivated enough to go on with it. So sadly, I'll be giving up this language for 2022. Nevertheless, whenever I'm able to make plans, future plans to go abroad, still Prague is at the top of my list. I really want to go there. So when I'm able to, I will definitely pick up this language again. But for now, I don't know when that will be. So I'm sorry for everyone who wanted to see me learn Czech, but you never know, 2022 can be surprising perhaps, so we'll see then. I'll be open-minded. And the last language that I want to talk about is a language that has surprised me the most and honestly changed my life. It is Korean. Korean along with Mandarin as well. A lot of things in my room right now are also inspired by the Korean language, whether that's actually the country or the series or the music, as you all know. It just changed so much. When I started and when I look back at my videos, I wasn't in the army, I didn't really know anything about Asia in general. I knew nothing basically, and now I do love the Korean culture. Right now I listen to Korean music almost every day, Korean or Chinese. I never expected that to happen when I announced that I was going to learn Korean, that it would have such an influence and impact on me. I started with the Hangul alphabet, and then I finally was able to buy the Talk to Me in Korean workbook. The second one is on my list now too. I'm just blown away by how many friends I've made because of learning this language, because of getting to know the music, BTS, TXT, NCT. I've made so many friends who are also armies, going to wonderful parties. I actually think that I've changed for the better because of learning Korean and also Mandarin. Although I do have to admit that the Korean language is in fact really difficult, of course. I never would have expected that it would be easy. But it's also really difficult to partake in a topic exam. The topic exams aren't really available here in Holland, which is really sad because I really want to partake in an exam someday. So I hope that COVID will slowly fade away a little bit so I can partake in a topic 1 exam. So I'll be focusing on that particular exam, see what the requirements are. So if you have any tips, or if you did the topic 1 exam, please send me a message because I would love to chat with you about it, as I have no idea what it regards. Now that 2021 is almost over and I look back at my videos that I've made on my YouTube channel, I'm so surprised by what I've achieved. And of course there are also things that you weren't able to do or that didn't really happen, and you can blame it on COVID, or you can blame it on anything, you can blame it on the world, I don't care. But as you can see, for me, sometimes things just don't work out, and that's what I have with the Czech language. Or with my minor going to Lille, Corona really taught me to be flexible. Well, I mean, we had to be. So therefore I don't mind telling you that it just didn't really work out for everything. I started this year with 0 followers, 0 viewers, and now I'm almost I surpassed the 800 or something. I'm just really, really happy. So I want to thank you all for following me along on my journey. I wish you all a very happy new year, a happy 2022. Stay safe. And I'll see you all in the next year, because it's going to be one hell of a ride. I mean, we're going to Valencia. That's amazing. I can't wait, honestly. Thank you for following me along. Thank you for subscribing, and leave a comment down below. I'd love to read it. Bye bye. Have a nice day.